Yeah, that variety meeting calculated risk, especially in these conditions. There you see 32 and 36 years old, respectively. Two different sort of roads to their place in snowboarding. You know, obviously we know Elena's background in half pipe and as an Olympian, but then that tractor beam into the backcountry and the performance that she has put on, you know, being taken under the wings of Jeremy Jones in the backcountry. Once you get that cosign, clearly, like, you're supposed to be here. The vibes are high as we are in this finals. We're about to crown champion, Stan.
Oh, gosh, I just had a Higher Love by Whitney Houston playing in here, full-on dance party. Vibes are kind of high. We're going into the finals. Let's end this thing on a high note. What do you guys say?
I am with that, my friend. Apparently, there is an online drinking game anytime that Stan and I talk about the vibes. So there could be a healthy buzz in the fandom world right now.
I believe Mikkel's big board is also on
yes,
the card.
Mikkel's big board.
Yeah, I mean, another of the storylines we've been talking about through this whole event is, as you just mentioned, Slammer, like the different approaches of snowboarding that these riders have. And yeah, this is a real interesting clash, this, isn't it? With you've already talked about Elena there, but Robin, you know, ferocious backcountry pedigree, all that experience that she brought to bear in the semi-final. So let's see how they go here.
Both women decidedly stepping it up today with risk.
Give it, girl! All right, Elena Hight dropping in for the first run of women's finals at the YETI Natural Selection at Jackson Hole. Interested to see if she's going to deviate from her line. Backside 360, a little to the left of the landing, but Elena is going to keep it going.
Go away with that one.
This is what we were talking about, the terrain dictating a lot of rider decisions. Elena is going to punch it riders right. You got to be adaptable. You got to improvise a little bit. And that was a beautiful method from Elena Hight.
Explain for the viewers at home who are unfamiliar with variable snow conditions, with not much snow. What does it feel like? What are the riders adjusting to in between obstacles?
I think the big thing is speed, right? Once it starts getting, I guess we call it chundery, tracked out, speed becomes a factor, because when you're in fresh, deep powder, the deep snow acts as your natural speed control. Whereas here, you're hammering on top of these tracks, and you have to actively slow yourself down from feature to feature, or you're going to overshoot.
And let's not forget as well, the temperature's changing all the time. So it's not like you can dial in an approach early and that's how it is for the rest of the day. It's constantly changing, which is why, we said earlier, this is one of the undervalued skill sets of these athletes, basically their ability to adapt to these conditions in real time.
Yeah, and still choose to want to perform at the highest level and send it with difficulty and take that calculated risk, because if you look at the conditions last year to now, it's so not a sure thing.
Yeah, Elena. First round of finals, how is she?
Oh, you know, the snow changed a little. It's a little rough out there, but beautiful day, having fun.
What was it like dropping in first?
I feel like I've been dropping first all day, so I don't mind it.
And what about that back three? You had it all day, maybe just a little more speed?
You know, I got bucked a little before the takeoff. The bumps are real in there. I need my squatting legs in, so we'll pick them up for next round.
Well, if anyone's got it, it's you, Elena.
Thanks, Jack. And there you see Elena literally explaining everything that we were talking about in these different variations, these little nuances in the course that make a huge difference.
And you just hear how winded they are. These are some of the most fit athletes on planet Earth. It is a burden riding down that thing this many times.
Robin Van Gyn, absolutely made a statement that she's here to win with that massive backside three in the semifinals. If you ever have a chance to ride with Robin, there's just few people as just fired up to go as RVG.
And if Robin takes the win here today, she will become the first athlete to win all three stops of the natural selection. She won in Baldface Valhalla last year. She won in Alaska. Can she take the win in Jackson?
Could you imagine being two-time defending champ of the tour?
I think we're going to see that back three tail grab. That is beautiful. Robin Van Gyn going down a little bit toward the end of that landing. That was a clean backside 360.
You can really see these riders are drawing on every single ounce of experience now.
Yeah, and I mean, these are riders that don't fall making turns. That just lets you know like what they're dealing with, what lies beneath this top layer of snow is just not a party.
Straight air there from Robin Van Gyn. And you just see how hard it is to control that speed. When you try to put on the brakes, you just start skipping on your heel or toe edge.
And we've seen that with the men and the women today. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
everybody has had that issue today.
Backflip to double tomahawk.
Robin going to slow things down and end out her run. Interested to see how the judges approach this, right? Because similar runs, they did similar tricks. Obviously had a few difficulties in their runs. Those judges have a tough task on their hands.
Hopefully when she checks her body here, comes in, she'll be feeling all right.
Rough out there.
Oh. He's a crystal.
I mean, on the judging, you know, when I was talking to the guys last night, they were saying as well, because of these conditions, this has been one of the hardest events they've ever had to call, really.
Not only do the riders have to be adaptable, so does the judging panel, right? This is not a slope style course. This is not a half pipe that gets shaped and recut and groomed every single night. It's Mother Nature lays out the law and we try to abide by it.
And you hear that exhaustion, right? You'd be exhausted doing this at sea level.
And you look in the men's round, Mikkel Bang. He was smoked when he came down.
Yeah,
Torstein, Sage, Jared. It's tough. It's really, really taxing on the body and the lungs.
Definitely an endurance event. And you just have to respect that no matter how challenging the course, none of these riders have tried remotely to mail it in. I mean, even at the very end, on Robin's run, she decides like, oh, here's a little roller I'm gonna try a backflip off of just to continue to try to stack some points on.
The service here is wonderful. Yeah. Yep, Robin.
Oh shit! Let's go get him.
It's anyone's though, isn't it, this?
We've talked about it all
Let's go
the
get
entire
him.
event.
I know, yeah.
The judges keying in
that was a
on
throwaway.
difficulty of attack and intention, and Robin had just, I think, a little bit more of that.
The back three tail. That was the chosen weapon in this battle for Robin Van Gyn.
What's up, Canada?
I said it.
His career, and I'm going to run with him. As far as the women is concerned, I'm going to go with T-Bird in that I think Elena will force a tiebreak, and then we'll reset this thing.
Absolutely. And again, that could just be us wishing for more snowboarding. I want Elena to answer back. I want her to put down a run. I want this to go to a tiebreak. This is finals. This is Elena Hight dropping in for her second run. Starting things off with a backside 360, cleans it up, lands it, and now she's hugging a little bit rider's right, and I think she's eyeing up that cross-court feature.
I mean, this woman has been such a shrewd competitor since she was 15 years of age and she came on the scene. How about that choice to find some new snow in that landing on that method?
And how is the control, like the turnout? Beautiful.
Frontside air, Elena goes down, but not because of the air time, because of the speed and the conditions coming out of that landing. Those first two hits were clean, though.
Yeah, you heard her scream, I had it!
The back three into the method. As Elena makes her way down the course, frontside 360. So Elena definitely stepping it up. She's answering the call that Robin Van Gyn put out there in her first run.
And we know from previous heats and rounds of this event that the progression of run, as that variety of run increases, is something that the judges really favor.
Yeah, her choosing to be in attack mode, they are going to reward that. And some considerable real-world pressure now on Robin.
Leg day.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, that's when that, you know, the years and years of X Games, Olympics, etc., that ability to be like, okay, I know how to dial in here on championship day.
It's that muscle memory.
Speaking of muscle memory, though, Robin Van Gyn, relentless in her approach, has spent the last year working on an incredible series showcasing the diversity across the landscape of women's action sports.
Robin's mindset is formidable, isn't it? The way she approaches it and the way she's approached this whole contest.
It really is, and it's interesting because Elena also has a very formidable mindset, but that was born in the elite competitive scene, the X Games and all the huge events she used to compete in the halfpipe. Robin was never really a competitor. She was a backcountry rider through and through from day one.
Give her hell. The notorious.
All right, so Robin Van Gyn trying to take home the win here at the YETI Natural Selection at Jackson Hole. Big old Wildcat under rotated just a hair.
Just didn't have the speed.
I thought it was lining up perfectly.
Yeah.
That drone angle is incredible.
Just dug the nose.
You hear they're doing it. She literally gave us an audible check. She's like, I'm fine, okay, goggles, etc.
Now Robin coming in switch. Will we see the cab 5 underflip? We will! Unfortunately, Robin not able to ride it out, but still, it's a testament to the fact that these riders at Natural Selection are always in pursuit of progression.
Could you imagine getting bucked the way she did on that backflip, where she literally like nose picked the landing and just got sent 4 or 5 times, tomahawk, and then being like, all right, cool, now I'm gonna try this.
Time for the cab 5 under.
And it also speaks to how this event is judged, right? If she had stomped that cab 5 underflip and then linked together another, 2-3 good tricks in there, she could have taken the win.
Yeah, you could really see what she was trying to piece together there, couldn't you?
Yeah, and I mean, this is one of the strongest athletes in the field, men or women, and you can just see the exhaustion as she's just trying to navigate down this bottom half of the course.
Oh, dears.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear. Who's got that goggle wipe again? Damn. That was fucked up.
Perfect timing.
Sometimes you gotta say it like it is.
There's Elena Hight starting things off with a backside 360. And that it sure is a darn fine looking method from Elena Hight. That is a timeless, classic trick. And it's interesting, you heard Robin tell herself at a certain point, she said, you know what, just take it easy.
Yeah.
Let's conserve a little bit of energy. Let's go back down. I think I know where this round is headed, and let's go back up to the top and reset,
I just love how, both women, as we see it in Elena's case, just remaining relentless, never being defeated at any point, despite getting, Robin got chucked.
That's precisely why all of them get the invite to be here, right? It's what they're doing is superhuman.
If it does go to tiebreaker, I'm going to be really fascinated to see if Robin can put this down though, because you can really see the type of progressive run she was going for there.
And again, the judges reward risk, right? And as the conditions get a little tougher to ride, that risk is upped by doing a wildcat on your first hit.
Here you go. You're very welcome. All right, there you have it. A
Or
tiebreaker, round 3. Elena, you came down here and said it's leg day. Just how tired are your legs right now?
The legs are feeling it. It is definitely leg day in there. I don't know how else to say it.
You excited for this final run here?
Oh man, yeah, hoping we can hold it together. And I'm excited for the next time we're down here with you.
We'll have a nice cold Pacifico waiting for you. You excited as well? Final round.
Yeah, I'm excited.
The energy of Elena Hight right now.
This is it. Winner takes all.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, Elena in this women's final has put down the highest score in her first run with a 65.6. She's looking to get up in the 70s, 80s if possible. You got Robin Van Gyn dropping after you. You got to max this thing out. Backside 360, and she puts it down clean.
Absolutely nailed that landing, like found exactly where she wanted to land.
She went a little farther riders left, didn't she?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that we're ending this thing in bonus snowboarding.
She did it again as well there. She found the fresh, didn't she?
Nice straight air from Elena Hight. It's getting a little choppy out there. The course is speeding up. It's getting really fast. I think Elena's looking to stay on her feet, finish this run strong, and see where it's scored. And then all you can do is sit back and wait. Frontside 360 from Elena Hight.
Robin right now is taking some nice, deep, meditative breaths of possibility because Elena has left the door open.
Absolutely. But the question is, what's the strategy? Do you send it and risk, blowing out because the conditions are a little less optimal? Or do you play it a little more conservatively and stay on your feet? That's up to Robin to decide. I can't wait to see.
Oh man.
You hear the exhaustion, and Elena told us at the end of the last run, leg day. Leg day, leg day, leg day.
We could see what Robin was trying to do last run. We could see the run she was trying to pull together. She definitely upped it. So yeah, if she can, the stage is set. If she can pull this, if she can land this.
But to T-Bird's question, does she dial it back now? Because this is a whole new round? And nothing that happened before counts? Or does she say, no, I'm going to go and make it as progressive as possible?
And I think, knowing Robin, she will do that. And number 2, I think it'll score better. We saw it with Mickelbang and Blake Paul, right? Blake played it a little bit safer. Mikkel had a pretty heavy fall, but he tried harder tricks.
Right.
So
This is it. Final run of YETI Natural Selection Jackson Hole. 1 champion crowned. 1 more to go. Robin Van Gyn would like a say in this outcome.
huge wildcat, over-rotated just a little bit from Robin Van Gyn.
So it's what she started with last time.
But again, it's like erase that from your memory. Continue forward. Keep going.
Is she going to go for this cab 5 under?
She's going back 3, tail grab. Not finding a lot of fresh snow in that landing. But you gotta continue on and see where this thing takes you. That's the beauty of the natural selection. Robin making her way down the course. You can hear her talking to herself. Off the plank, straight air.
Sent.
Deep.
Oh my God.
That's it. That's what it feels like to be the last rider down this course on finals day. A Herculean effort from every single rider here today. Really, it truly is.
I mean, when a simple frontside slash takes down one of the strongest athletes in the sport, you know it's been a battle.
I know. Come on. You got that. You did great. The backy, just a little over. God. Whew. Let's go. Get it. Give me a good battle. Get in here. Oh my God. Come on.
See Sage Kotzenberg down there congratulating both Elena Hight and Robin Van Gyn. I think this is going to be the difference maker. I think that backside three and the method might be what put Elena over the top, if Elena does.
And those lines that she found to find those fresh landings at this stage, that's all the experience coming out, isn't it?
Exactly. That's experience because it's memory, right? It's remembering where that fresh snow is in the moment for your next run and finding it.
And when you're as fatigued as these women are at this point, again, just beyond impressive, isn't it?
At the very beginning of this event, one of the main words we talked about was precision, right? Precision would be the necessity for these athletes in finding opportunity where limited opportunity exists in comparison to last year, and whoever would be able to do so consistently would get that win. Hats off to Robin, though, who said, "I'm not going conservative."
No, not only that, but hit the plank at the end of her run.
Yeah.
Sent it off that thing. That is unreal.
Yeah, and you could tell the respect from Sage because he knows how hard this has been, and he knows how challenging and how much they've risen to it.
I think every single rider up in that start tent too feels exactly the same way.
And to your point, she's just like, "I'm just going to send it."
Yeah, for sure, that's you.
Crushed it, girl.
We'll battle again.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it.
Cheers, Elena. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wait, you need your beer. Cheers. Congratulations. I just got to know what it means to win. You've won so many events, but like an event like this, Natural Selection, when there's so much respect between the riders, the fans, everybody. What's it like to win an event with so much respect associated to it?
For sure. You know, coming in, I really have been focusing more on like riding big mountains and line riding. So this is like a little bit out of my element. It's really fun to kind of get back into the contest scene. I left it quite a few years ago, and the nerves are still the same.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think that this event means so much to snowboarding as an industry, and I'm just honored to be here with all of these women and the men. They are so impressive and all of my heroes. So to win this event doesn't even really feel real.